Today I am going to tell you about tigers. The tiger, Panthera tigris, is the largest living cat species and a member of the genus Panthera. It is most recognizable for its dark vertical stripes on orange fur with a white underside. An apex predator, it primarily preys on ungulates such as deer and wild boar. It is territorial and generally a solitary but social predator, requiring large, contiguous areas of habitat which support its requirements for prey and rearing of its offspring. Tiger cubs stay with their mother for about 2 years, then become independent and leave their mother's home range to establish their own. The tiger was first scientifically described in 1758 and once ranged widely from the eastern Anatolia region in the west to the Amur River basin in the east and in the south from the foothills of the Himalayas to Bali and the Sunda Islands. Since the early 20th century, tiger populations have lost at least 93% of their historic range and have been extirpated from Western and Central Asia, the islands of Java and Bali, and in large areas of Southeast and South Asia and China. Today, the tiger's range is fragmented, stretching from Siberian temperate forests to subtropical and tropical forests on the Indian subcontinent, Indochina and Sumatra. Amur tigers, sometimes called Siberian tigers, are the biggest tigers, with males weighing up to 660 pounds and measuring up to 10 feet long from nose to tip of the tail. Sumatran tigers are the smallest of the tiger subspecies, maxing out at about 310 pounds and 8 feet. 29 July 2020. The tiger has a muscular body with powerful forelimbs, a large head and a tail that is about half the length of its body. Its pelage is dense and heavy, and coloration varies between shades of orange with white ventral areas and distinctive vertical black stripes, the patterns of which are unique in each individual. Stripes are likely advantageous for camouflage in vegetation such as long grass with strong vertical patterns of light and shade. The tiger is one of only a few striped cat species. It is not known why spotted patterns and rosettes are the more common camouflage pattern among felids. The orange color may also aid in camouflage, as the tiger's prey are dichromats and thus may perceive the cat as green and blended in with the vegetation. Tigers' structural adaptations include having very flexible spines and long hind legs, which enable them to jump up to 33 feet, 10 meters, high. What's more, tigers are built to be incredibly strong, which allows them to swim, as well as run incredibly quickly and leap great distances to catch prey. There is notable sexual dimorphism between male and female tigers, with the latter being consistently smaller. The size difference between them is proportionally greater in the large tiger subspecies, with males weighing up to 1.7 times more than females generally. Males vary in total length from 250 to 390 centimeters, 98 to 154 in, and weigh between 90 and 300 kilograms, 200 and 660 pounds, with skull length ranging from 316 to 383 millimeters, 12.4 to 15.1 in. Females vary in total length from 200 to 275 centimeters, 79 to 108 in, weigh 65 to 167 kilograms, 143 to 368 pounds, with skull length ranging from 268 to 318 millimeters, 10.6 to 12.5 in. Tiger is one of the most menacing predators in the cat family. They are the largest of all big cats and can force a bite up to 1050 psi. Tigers bite with a force that is almost twice as that of the lion. With such a bite force, tigers do not need any assistance in bringing down their prey. The tiger's skull is similar to a lion's skull, with the frontal region usually less depressed or flattened and a slightly longer postorbital region. The lion's skull shows broader nasal openings. Due to the variation in skull sizes of the two species, the structure of the lower jaw is a reliable indicator for their identification. The tiger has fairly stout teeth. Its somewhat curved canines are the longest among living felids, with a crown height of up to 90 millimeters, 3.5 in. The tiger's coat pattern is still visible when it is shaved. This is not due to skin pigmentation, but to the stubble and hair follicles embedded in the skin. It has a mane-like heavy growth of fur around the neck and jaws and long whiskers, especially in males. The pupils are circular with yellow irises. The small rounded ears have a prominent white spot on the back, surrounded by black. These spots are thought to play an important role in interspecific communication. Adult tigers lead largely solitary lives. They establish and maintain territories, but have much wider home ranges within which they roam. Resident adults of either sex generally confine their movements to their home ranges, within which they satisfy their needs and those of their growing cubs. Individuals sharing the same area are aware of each other's movements and activities. The size of the home range mainly depends on prey abundance, geographic area and sex of the individual. Young female tigers establish their first territories close to their mothers. The overlap between the female and her mother's territory reduces with time. Males, however, migrate further than their female counterparts and set out at a younger age to mark out their own area. The young male acquires territory either by seeking out an area devoid of other male tigers or by living as a transient in another male's territory until he is older and strong enough to challenge the resident male. Young males seeking to establish themselves thereby comprise the highest mortality rate, 30–35% per year amongst adult tigers. In the wild, tigers mostly feed on large and medium-sized mammals, particularly ungulates, weighing 60 to 150 kilograms, 130–150 pounds. The most significantly preferred species are sambar deer, wapiti, barasingha and wild boar. Tigers are capable of taking down larger prey like adult gaur and wild water buffalo, but will also opportunistically eat much smaller prey such as monkeys, peafowl and other ground-based birds, hares, porcupines, and fish. They also prey on other predators, including dogs, leopards, pythons, bears, and crocodiles. Tigers generally do not prey on fully grown adult Asian elephants and Indian rhinoceros. But incidents have been reported. More often, it is the more vulnerable small calves that are taken. When in close proximity to humans, tigers will also sometimes prey on such domestic livestock as cattle, horses, and donkeys. When hunting larger animals, tigers prefer to bite the throat and use their powerful forelimbs to hold onto the prey, often simultaneously wrestling it to the ground. The tiger remains latched onto the neck until its target dies of strangulation. By this method, gaurs and water buffaloes weighing over a ton have been killed by tigers, weighing about a sixth as much. Although they can kill healthy adults, tigers often select the calves or infirm of very large species. Healthy adult prey of this type can be dangerous to tackle, as long, strong horns, legs, and tusks are all potentially fatal to the tiger. No other extant land predator routinely takes on prey this large on its own. After killing their prey, tigers sometimes drag it to conceal it in vegetation, grasping with their mouths at the side of the killing bite. Tigers usually prefer to eat self-killed prey, but eat carrion in times of scarcity and also steal prey from other large carnivores. There are three other color variants: white, golden and nearly stripeless snow-white dot, that are now virtually non-existent in the wild due to the reduction of wild tiger populations, but continue in captive populations. The white tiger has white fur and sepia-brown stripes. The golden tiger has a pale golden pelage with a blonde tone and reddish-brown stripes. The snow-white tiger is a morph with extremely faint stripes and a pale reddish-brown ringed tail. Both snow-white and golden tigers are homozygous for. The tiger is a long-ranging species, and individuals disperse over distances of up to 650 kilometers, 400 mi, to reach tiger populations in other areas. When not subject to human disturbance, the tiger is mainly diurnal. It does not often climb trees, but cases have been recorded. It is a strong swimmer and often bathes in ponds, lakes and rivers, thus keeping cool in the heat of the day. Individuals can cross rivers up to 7 kilometers, 3 mi, wide, and can swim up to 29 kilometers, 18 mi, in a day. To identify his territory, the male marks trees by spraying urine, anal gland secretions, marking trails with feces and marking trees or the ground with their claws. Females also use these scrapes, urine and fecal markings. Scent markings of this type allow an individual to pick up information on another's identity, sex and reproductive status. Females in estrus will signal their availability by scent marking more frequently and increasing their vocalizations. Male tigers are generally less tolerant of other males within their territories than females are of other females. Territory disputes are usually solved by intimidation rather than outright violence. Facial expressions include the defense threat, where an individual bares its teeth, flattens its ears and its pupils enlarge like other panthera. Tigers roar, particularly in aggressive situations during the mating season or when making a kill. There are two different roars. The true roar is made using the hyoid apparatus and forced through an open mouth as it progressively closes, and the shorter, harsher coughing roar is made with the mouth open and teeth exposed. Various tiger subspecies are the national animals of Bangladesh, India, North Korea and South Korea.